For those who have lost a loved one and believe in an afterlife, spiritual mediums provide comfort, peace, and validation. Phil Quinn is a medium and life guide who has helped people struggle with grief and unresolved issues to find the answers that they're looking for. And today he's back along with Jen Piscopo, a Newsday co-worker who recently had a reading with Phil. Nice to have you both here.
Thank you.
Phil, let's start with a little background here. For our viewers who aren't familiar with you, how do you get the readings?
When you come in and sit down, your family who you've lost will come through. They'll announce themselves. They'll say who they are, how they passed, their relationship to you. And I see and hear them like you see and hear me.
Does this happen all day long?
All day long.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're going to look at some video in a moment of Jen's reading, but you're also kind of, what are you doing during the process?
My scribbling, which I've done this forever, it just helps me drown out the sound that's around me and allows me to hear the other side.
I see. So you guys have never met before.
No.
We had the reading earlier this week. What happened initially, would you say?
I believe the first person to come through for Jen was her mother, who was the most dominant force in the group of people trying to come through.
And right off the bat, Phil mentioned that someone had a heart attack.
Right.
And that's what happened?
Mother had a massive heart attack, no warning, nothing. Oh. It was surprising.
Sure.
Yeah.
You also mentioned that Jen's mom was bubbly through the whole interaction.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
She was very excited to speak.
She was probably happy to hear from Jen, right?
Yeah, it's been a while, and she wanted to let her know that she had passed over and that she was with family.
And Jen, you mentioned that the image of a dragonfly kind of fits in with your mom. Tell us about that.
Dragonflies are a totem for me. They show up at very weird times.
Like you said, even in the winter.
In the winter, I've seen them. They have landed on my cars. I've had one land on someone's shoulder when I was arguing with them and would not leave until I acknowledged that that person was right, which really stinks.
It was probably your mom in a roundabout way, right?
And I was able to ask, kind of validate, Mom, you are my dragonfly.
Wow.
And she validated that.
Well, we have some video. Let's take a listen.
Mom's asking, could you do anything to help you?
Just keep showing up.
Should I promise?
Is she my dragonfly?
She's nodding yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
She
thought.
says I try to show myself as much as I can to you. She says said I wish this could have been different. She says I was not ready to go.
No, it wasn't.
So I wasn't. Even if your mother had fell ill in a hospital, they wouldn't have been able to save her. I mean, it's a massive heart attack she's having.
Really?
So it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish we had.
I mean, she's gone like that.
Yes.
Wow, but that was the dragonfly. Phil, is that common?
Yeah, it's common for her. It's her symbol that that she relates to her mother. So therefore, her mom will continuously send the same sign to let her know that she's there at those particular moments with her.
And people have different totems, like Jen said, different animals?
Yeah, people have different animals that come through to remind them of the individual that they lost.
Okay. Someone else that came through, Jen, was your sister.
Yes.
So let's take a look.
How long's your sister gone now?
7, 8 years.
Yeah. Yeah. She's telling me that she visits you often. Do you ever get dreams of her?
Not of her. I was too angry at her.
You were too angry at her? Yeah. She says I'm at peace now.
Good.
She says I'm no longer in pain.
Good.
She says she's responsible for her passing.
Yes, she is.
Wow, and she told that to you, Phil?
Yeah.
You were able to...
Yeah, she was remorseful and was trying to just convey that, she's with Mom and that she's safe and that she's at peace and she's no longer struggling.
Sure. And Jen, what was going through your head when you were hearing all this?
As Phil knows, I was very angry at my sister. It was not an intentional, she was just dumb. So the fact that she is actually with Mother and they are together and they can draw strength from each other.
Sure.
Because I think my sister has a lot of work to do still, and my mother will be there for her.
They're going to help each other out, right?
Absolutely.
Jen, you said that you have an angel.
I do.
And Phil was also able to verify this.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look.
I have met my guide, Michael, and I've asked him to kind of just hang loose tonight and stand back.
Yeah. Interesting.
Now I'm going to ask him to come forward.
Yeah. When did you initially meet him?
I met Michael.
Now, he's not a relative to you.
No, he is
right? He's a
not.
complete stranger.
He is a complete
Yep.
stranger.
Mm-hmm.
I met Michael about 7 or 8 years ago.
Yes. And you met him in a vision?
Yes.
Yeah, I have him now.
There he is.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
He is my angel guide.
Yep. And has guided you from birth, he says.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
he's been with you a long time. And typically guides that show themselves in visions and dreams have been with you a very long time. So other people's guides tend to be with them for a short time and then they get a new guide. This individual's been with you for a long time. So from birth.
Yeah.
So he has.
He has helped me a lot. And I had asked him just to stand back.
He
and
says, it's been a pleasure.
he's amazing.
And you're a great listener, he says.
Oh, that's great. How did that happen?
Well, we all have guides and or angels, in this case, her angel. And that individual has been with you from the moment of birth and will remain to be. And in your vision or through meditation, your guides will announce themselves to you. They'll let you know who they are and that they're there with you. And that was the biggest presence out of the group, was her
Because
angel.
I know that you do your angel cards, and he
Right.
kind of helps you with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Guys, we could keep going, but we're out of time. Phil, where can we find you if we need to get a reading?
Go to philquinn.com, and all my information's right there.
All right, sounds great. You're right in Guilford, and
Yes.
you have a website. We put it
Yep.
right up on the screen. Jen, thank you so much for sharing your
you.
story with us.
Thank you.
All right, coming up next, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey presents Dragons. We are going to have some pretty incredible dog tricks for you when Style returns.